And your mom also came and settled at one point. I just saw real
Yeah,
briefly.
first my sister came to bring me back, and then she got also in the golden touch with the Ganga and
Huh.
the gurus and staying on the island and the whole meditation. So she also took sannyas, and she was more obedient. She believed to go back, and she had a husband, a child, and my mother was still there. So Babaji told her, you cannot just leave everything and meditate by the Ganga. First you must fulfill your obligatory works. So I did not go back, so I was released from these obligatory works, but she thought it as her duty to go back. And then she came back after 6 years and brought her husband, and the child came into his life, and my mother also, Malabar to Kumbh Mela. And Try said me, I found everything here. So if you like to stay, also then also try to believe in Babaji, in Guruji, and then we'll all go on living together. Otherwise, her husband decided not to live this life, so we left her. So she was free to take sannyas.
Oh.
And my mother, she was 76 already at the time. So she came to Hardwar in the Kumbh Mela, and then we made this place. And another 6 years, then she came back and stayed here and died here also. So wonderful, she got completely liberating as soon as Babaji gave her the mantra and the Rudraksh and the mala. So she left and passed her life as Om Namah Shivaya. That was very beautiful and on a very auspicious day, and was took Jal Samadhi, water Samadhi in the Ganga. So what more you can do for your mother?
So
And my sister is still alive. She made 2 ashrams in France. And she also now passing the rest of her life in meditation and spiritual.
it's quite unusual to have one's family join in like that.
Yeah,
It's not usual.
Yeah, but actually it is an old story that if somebody finds a jewel, then everybody comes and joins him. The golden touch, or if somebody finds some truth. So it was somehow that I had only my sister and my mother. There was no other relative, more or less. And then, yeah, that is quite beautiful also. So they're supported, and from this, everything what we made, this ashram, was not my heritage, but it was given like a devotee's. It was given as a donation to Babaji. So we could make this place, which now serves as a nice shelter place or ashram place for yoga teaching, and whatever I have learned I can share.
And it seems to be fairly unusual for someone doing that amount of austerity to take a female disciple, no? It's not very common.
Yeah. Yeah, one says also, I mean, surely if you ask any sadhu, he will say no female disciple. But if it comes from the will from above, then what to do? So I mean, this relation from life and lives, one just cannot. When I also didn't had no idea to marry or to take any decision like that. But you have to surrender to the divine will, and whatever is instilled in your karma, you cannot just run away. You cannot jump from down to the top of the mountain. You must also live out what was in former lives. So I mean, I still wonder if I would. But the thing is that one always thinks I can do something and I can decide this, but it is not like this. It is wrong as you are in your ignorance. You think I can decide, he can decide to have a disciple or not have a disciple. That is all right for some time. For him also, for 50 years, he refused any female disciple or even talking not to any female devotee or the like. But if it is his will, then all these things fail. So it is easy to say, oh, one shouldn't have a female disciple and things like this. But if it comes over you, then there is no other. Then one has to understand this. And wise people understand that nothing what happens, or everything what happens, is the will of God, and certainly not your own will. So what is the criticism or questioning about it. He does what he is supposed to do.
You know, and then taking that to the next step and then becoming married and having kids, that's also quite unusual, but quite beautiful in many ways, I would say.
Beautiful in one way, but it is also the step for purification. I mean, it is one of the steps to go really finally over any kind of work, what you are doing in the world, including a relation. Everything has to be purified and spiritualized. So it was the last, I would say, one never knows, but actually, I mean, it should have been the last relation in physical form without any attachment. So only then, if you detach yourself from anything, eating, drinking, any kind of physical activities, then only you can do this next step to spiritualize. Then it will drop. Otherwise, it won't drop. Just by suppression or disgust or something, it won't. Nothing will drop. You can stop things for some time, but they will come back. So really, detachment comes only if you completely live in spiritual life wherever you are. So, and it is nice now. The three children have a beautiful life in the ashram, and one sees already. For many people, it is obvious that they have another foundation of life than other people who are born in worldly life. So everything makes sense, and now I mean I have never had any much attachment to my children. They were just before I was serving the cows. We had many cows, so the main attachment you were giving to your children or to other children. So this also you have to learn. And now also will be there as long as the soul meets, and if not meets, then there